We apparently hear sounds almost instantly. When you're talking to someone, you can see their mouths move as you can hear them speak. It looks like it happens at the same time. In fact, you've gotten so used to this that it is uncomfortable for you to watch this video right now as I'm speaking like this, because you can see that my mouth and my voice are not in sync. Even though you know it's intentional, it still bothers you. The speed of sound is not actually constant. It depends on different variables, and one of which is temperature. Sound actually moves faster when the air is warmer, and conversely, it moves slower in a colder room. You and I can be in a room so cold that you can in fact see my mouth move before you could hear me speak, because my voice is moving slow. But in such a room, you and I will probably be frozen before you could even hear me. We have a figure for the speed of sound. But if we hear sounds so instantly, like when you're talking to someone, you could instantly hear them speak as they speak, how did we actually measure the speed? We might as well be justified in saying that the speed of sound is infinite because I can hear it instantly when someone speaks to me. Well, the fact is, it actually does take some time for the voice to travel from a source to you so that you could hear it. Many of us, and throughout history, have seen thunder and lightning, and you could probably see and notice the difference and offset between the time you see the lightning and the time you actually hear the sound. A few people wondered and questioned, what does that imply? What does this phenomenon mean? Well, it means two things. First, that light is much faster than sound, and also that sound does take some time to travel to get to us if it was from a far distance. And that in turn means that if we know the distance, maybe we could measure the sound speed based on how long it took to travel this distance. Our senses are very unreliable in measuring speeds. Like I said before, it's like the speed of sound is instant. You could hear me and see my mouth speak almost at the same time, practically at the same time to you. To measure the speed of sound, there were concepts that needed to be understood, like what is sound? The nature of it, how does it actually behave and move? Imagine a scientist doing an experiment where a gun is shot, and someone at a known distance was ready to light a lantern as soon as he hears the sound of the gunshot. The scientist would then see the lantern light and instantly get the measurement. Since he knew the distance to the person with the lantern and the time of the gunshot, which happened next to him, he could roughly determine the speed of sound. But this experiment relies too heavily on the reaction of the person here holding the lantern, as well as the reaction of the scientist himself on the other side. In order to measure the speed of sound, it is helpful to know what it is. Sound is a wave, a vibration that travels through the medium. In our case, the medium is the air molecules, and the waves are pressure waves that move these molecules. It was Isaac Newton again to be the first to formulate a measurement for a sound as a function of pressure and medium density in his famous book. Newton was able to get a figure that is about 15% less than the accepted figure. The mistake in what he accounted for was later corrected by French physicist Laplace. And this was done by accounting for the fluctuation of temperature in a traveling sound wave, which wasn't in Newton's original calculation. The speed of sound is not constant, but it changes as the air gets warmer, like I mentioned earlier. The equation became known as Newton-Laplace equation. We had multiple attempts and different figures until we got to Laplace's correction for the speed of sound. Finally, we were able to get the results to match the experiment after Laplace's correction. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel because I'm gonna make more videos like this. And make sure to hit the bell button so you could be notified the next time I upload a new video. I'll see you next time.